Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of a fat activist saying, I charge thin people more for clothes to make up for the fact that plus sizes cost more. We're also going to be taking a look at a few bonus clips, including one where somebody's talking about the fat tax, and another one where somebody's teaching us how to respond to somebody questioning your food choices at Thanksgiving, so be sure to stick around until the end. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
Site update. As you know, I am a plus size focused brand, but I have always offered the option to get my clothing in straight sizes for an additional fee.
For an additional fee, even though they're smaller.
Well, I've gone ahead and made that process so much easier because filling custom requests from emails, going back and forth, that's pretty annoying and causes more work for me. So
for me,
now I've made it that you can get the straight sizes on my website directly. All of my sizing options are now listed from the largest size down to the smallest size. And starting at size large, the price increases as it goes down in size.
Right, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because it's less fabric. I like how she said she's made it easier. I've streamlined the process for you to get ripped off. You're welcome.
Now, if you're straight size and have always wanted to support my brand and are wondering, why the heck are my sizes more expensive? Here's why. You may have heard me talk about the fat tax on my feed before, and basically the fat tax is an unfair price increase for plus size clothing.
The fat tax that they're referring to is the fact that plus size clothes cost more. I don't know why we're referring to it as that because you use more fabric in plus size clothes, so it's weird for you to pass the cost of that down to us. Plus size clothes cost more to make, so I'm going to charge thinner people more to make up for it. And you expect people in a straight size to go pay more for your product now, just so larger people get to pay less. What? I'm not actually trying to be charitable when I go to buy a shirt. I just want to buy a shirt.
Brands generally charge upwards to $10 more for some of their larger sizes, such as like a 5XL, when in reality, the extra fabric that's used to make those larger sizes is minuscule.
That is not true. The difference between a large and a 5X is not minuscule. We can go ahead and keep telling ourselves that. Why are you guys charging me more? This shirt is barely even bigger than that one. Are you sure? Because I see quite a difference in those sizes. I love how in denial everybody is.
And those same brands don't charge more from their extra small size to their large size, which is about the same amount of extra fabric use as like a large to a 5XL.
Because they have a standard set of sizes, and if you go beyond that, then they start charging you more. Now we have to use more fabric and completely reshape the garment to be appropriate for a plus-sized body.
Basically, these brands are punishing people for being fat.
No, you're trying to punish people for being thin. They charged me more because I use more, and I'm gonna pass that cost on to thinner people who don't use more for reasons. Okay, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Let me guess how many straight size garments you've sold. 0. By the way, I covered this person saying something very similar in the past. No, this is not that video.
And unfortunately, even me, when I'm dealing with t-shirt brands to make my graphic tees, they charge me more for my 5XL blanks than they do for my XL blanks.
What? They charge you more for something that costs more to make? What?
But I still keep the price the same for my 5XL t-shirts as I do for my XL t-shirts.
Right, and you just pass off the cost to thinner people.
So basically my price increase for straight sizes is to bring awareness to this fat tax issue.
What do you mean, bring awareness? That is the dumbest phrase. We really need to stop using it.
And if you're an ally to the fat community, this is a good way to support a plus size artist and brand.
Even if I'm not plus size, I should pay more for my clothes to help you for some reason. Why would I want to do that? How about you be an ally to me and give me your money? You know? Go buy some merch, you know? I don't even know what size my merch goes up to. I'll have to look into that.
And help me create new products for fat people in the future. Also, I just want to add that I don't offer straight size options for my pieces that are created specifically for fat people.
Like the one that says, big, fat, buxom babe. I can't get that in a straight size. But that would be funnier, right?
Like I have a t-shirt that says, glorifying obesity.
I want that in an extra small, please. Thank you.
That obviously is not made with straight size people in mind.
Okay, so we're forbidden from buying certain clothes, but the clothes that we can buy, you would like to charge us more for to make life easier for some random person living in a larger body.
If you have any more questions about why I essentially have a straight size tax on my pieces, go ahead and leave a comment below.
I do have a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bitter do we have to be to try to offset the cost of plus-size garments by charging thinner people more? 12 is the correct answer there. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of questions about that. I see what's going on. You're bitter that you get charged more for plus-size clothes, so you're passing the cost off to thin people, who I guarantee will never buy a damn thing. Next. Caption at the bottom reads, when they say you're not fat, you're pretty.
Oh.
Then we try to confuse and scare them, perhaps. What the hell is happening?
No.
When they say you're not fat, you're pretty, we put on that type of makeup and stare at the camera. Well, we sure proved them wrong. Next. When they say you won't amount to much as a fat person. But you walked in a fashion show in Hollywood. Is this a measure of someone's success? Became a princess. Okay, this is just you hanging out with your friends on some random sidewalk doing cosplay. Okay, this is not a measure of your success. You'll never amount to anything, Cynical. Oh yeah? Puts on a princess outfit. What about now? Oh dang, he's a princess now. We better get out of here. Whoa! You really stuck it to those haters. Shh. Look at this absolute moron. Wait, you're a princess? Oh my god. I could never achieve that. This person is an absolute loser. You're a princess? Oh my god. Dang. I should have never made fun of you back in high school. I had no idea that you would become this at some point. I could go on all day with these dudes. There's Brenda. What a loser. Let's go kick her butt. Cracking my knuckles because I'm an 80s bully. Wait a minute. She's a princess? Oh, let's get out of here! How long can those skits go on? I don't know. We could be here all day, dude. Are in multiple music videos. This music video was shot with like a Sony Handycam by you and your friends. Also, that like walk that you did on the Hollywood runway or whatever also seemed to be like just a gathering of you and your friends. It might have taken place in Hollywood, but Hollywood's a pretty big area. And ran a plus-size clothing brand. Well, you know, I guess you showed all the haters. I honestly think it's funny when people are like, oh yeah? You think I've never accomplished anything? I've done X, Y, and Z. I honestly think it's kind of cringe. People talk shit to me all the time. I'm not like, oh yeah? Did you know that I've done this, and that? Like, gives a shit. Your words either have value or they do not. If they do not, then it doesn't matter if you walked a fashion runway in Hollywood. You know what I mean? People are often like, yeah, I said a bunch of ridiculous crap back there, but did you know I'm in West Hollywood right now? Like Tess Holiday or whatever. Oh man, oh jeez. This completely takes away all that really stupid stuff that you said. No, it doesn't. Next. All right, this person's going to be responding to this comment that reads, can we talk more about fat tax? I don't know much about it.
Absolutely, and thanks for asking.
You're welcome.
I'm actually kind of baffled because I posted the same TikTok in the other app. And we've been getting some terrible, terrible comments.
What's the other app? Instagram? Are they not as fat positive over there? Well, that makes sense. Everybody on Instagram is so snatched. It really pisses me off.
You know, just the classic, just lose weight, go work out, whatever.
Okay, so there are very big differences in the type of comments you get based on where you uploaded your video to. It's interesting the different types of comments you'll receive based on the different platforms that you're on. I would say the comments on Instagram or YouTube are more of an accurate representation of the real world. The takes that you find on TikTok and Reddit are so bad that it's hard to believe that those are even real people.
You know, just the classic, just lose weight, go work out, whatever. And that's dumb.
That is dumb.
But it just makes me so upset to think that people really, really correlate being fat with being unhealthy still.
Have you been living under a rock for the past 10 years? There's a list of like 30 fat activists that have passed.
Skinny does not equal healthy.
That's true, but obesity does equal unhealthy.
Fat does not equal unhealthy.
Yes, it does. Skinny may not equal healthy, but obese does equal unhealthy.
Everybody is different.
Everybody. Back in my day, we used to just say everybody. Now they've started saying everybody. It's all creepy and weird, like those J-Bay videos. Let's make things accessible for everybody.
Let's get that right. Now for the fat tax. The discrepancy is that people will say, oh, it costs more to make bigger clothing. But on the same token, then why do you not have an extra small or a small cost less than a medium?
Because they are still considered within the straight size range, I think. If you fall into the plus sizes, they consider that outside of the norm. They have to use more material and a completely different mold for the clothes. Extra small through large are all the same exact mold, just at different sizes. Maybe that has something to do with it.
You know what I mean? You don't pay less on an airplane if you're skinnier.
Right, because the seats are all the same exact size, madam. So they all cost exactly the same to make. So that was a terrible analogy.
Baby clothes. People are bringing up baby clothes. Why are baby clothes so expensive? In that reality, baby clothes should be basically free, right?
Okay, I agree with you there. Baby clothes cost more just because screw you. That's why, right? Because we can. So a lot of things are like that. A lot of things cost more just because it's a specialty item or you really need it. So if you really need it, well, we're going to have to charge you more then. We know that you need it. So screw you, we're charging more. That's the case for a lot of things, honestly. These manufacturers know that you got all sorts of emotions and feelings and crap about your baby, so they could charge you more for it, right? Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. Like, oh my God, look at that cute little sweater. Wouldn't Joseph look amazing in that? Oh my God, it's so cute. Just a tiny little version of a big sweater. It's like $50. You're like, well.
I listened to a podcast recently with the founder of Universal Standard, and they're, so as far as I know, do a really good job with their sizing and everything. And one of the things that they said they did in the beginning was to price their garments based on the median cost of a size 18, when normally people base it on like a small. So basing the median cost of a garment on a bigger size will ensure the wiggle room either for the smaller sizes and the bigger sizes are kind of going to like balance each other out. But that just doesn't realistically happen.
They're basing their median price on a size 18 instead of a small. Okay, so they're charging more across the board to offset the cost of the larger sizes.
It hasn't happened historically. And that goes for everything else. And if there is a difference in material, it's marginal. It's so small that it shouldn't be double the amount of a garment.
Well, there are various things that come into play. There's supply and demand as well. Clothing manufacturers are like, all right, well, if you're an XXXXXXL, maybe you don't have a whole lot of choices for places to go. So guess what? We're charging you more because you don't have a whole lot of other options. Supply and demand.
Because it's a plus size. That's just fat phobia.
That's just fat phobia. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I have no idea why she's so confused why plus size garments cost more. there's more fabric, they use a completely different mold, and depending on how plus-sized you are, they can be pretty rare. Next.
Oh, you're going back for seconds. Are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah. Why? What's up? You got a problem?
Well, yes, the food is great and I'm still hungry, so... Is that a good idea, though?
Who the hell are you? Who invited this guy to Thanksgiving? What the hell?
Why wouldn't it be a good idea? Oh, I don't know. I'm just concerned about you.
You're just concerned that I'm going back for some more stuffing. What's that on your shirt?
Well, I only see you once a year and we barely talk, so I'm just dying to know why you're concerned about me.
Well, after the 10th piece of cake, I started getting concerned. You know what I mean?
I'm not trying to start anything, and clearly I've offended you. Well, you have started something, so allow me to end it. Oh, I would like to not...
He's getting all aggressive now.
I would like to not hear from you for the rest of this gathering, so I can enjoy all the delicious food I'm about to get in peace.
Alright, well, I mean, after you said it to me with this look on your face, I honestly feel like slowly backing away. So, I will leave you be.
I was just trying to talk to you. No, because that could have started with, "Hi, how are you? It's good to see you," not trying to police the food that I'm eating at this gathering.
Okay, I'll agree. You shouldn't go around being like, "Oh my god, do you think you should eat?" Shut the hell up, okay? Shut the hell up about my damn food. And everybody else's, alright? Bethany, you feel insecure about your own weight, Bethany, so you're gonna police my plate? Get out! Get out!
Which I can only assume is based on some perceived flaw in my body.
Right, we don't need to elaborate that far, okay, about flaws in our bodies and all this goofy crap. Just tell this person to suck a dick, and let's go on with our lives. I don't know why this whole lecture is necessary, right? Like, somebody's like, "Oh my god, do you think you should eat that?" You see, gee, I don't know, Mark. I do actually want to eat that pie. By the way, why don't you go have a sniff of those mashed potatoes that are boiling hot? I hear there's some fresh garlic in there. And then when they go over there to have a sniff, you just grab their head, boosh! Mash it down into the boiling hot mashed potatoes, and you hold it down in there. And as they're struggling for breath and just breathing out nothing but spuds, you're like, "That's right. Don't you ever question my food choices again!" Or you could say like, "Hey, I don't really appreciate you doing that." That's also an option, I guess.
You're acting so rude. I am so sorry that you think it's rude to point out how rude you are, but that's not my problem.
Man, your hypotheticals are terrible, man. Like, everybody in your life is so non-supportive and judgmental. It's annoying. You have to school so many morons in your life, William. Like, nobody gets it around you, and you constantly have to lecture them.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, there's a start, and hopefully throughout the next year, before I have the displeasure of the potential of this conversation with you ever again.
Alright, you're getting a little uppity now, okay?
You will realize that your eyes should really only ever be on your own plate. Have an educational year. So good to see you.
Oh my god, you did not tell me to have an educational year. Oh my god.
So good to see you.
Okay, at first I was like, yeah, he's right. You shouldn't go around judging people for what they're eating, especially at Thanksgiving. But then when he said have an educational year, all of the words that you just said, I immediately discarded now because you said that. Somebody could tell you the most intelligent thing ever, but if they say it to you all condescendingly, you're like, shut up. Honestly, though, I do agree with his overall message. You shouldn't go around trying to break people's balls about what they're having at Thanksgiving. Out of all the holidays, this is the one where you're going to give me a hard time about food? This holiday is about food! That's why I like Thanksgiving. That's one of my favorite holidays, if not the favorite holiday, because we just eat food. It doesn't have all this goofy mythical connotations on it. Other than that, I disagree with all of the aforementioned. But what do you think? Is it wrong to charge straight-sized people more to offset the costs of plus-size garments? Is the fat tax completely out of line? And should you uppercut your grandma if she asks you if you really want another plate of mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving? Leave a comment below. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.